Kia ora, as we head through this week leading up towards Christmas, high pressure is the driving force of our weather. We've had that southerly change moving up, but a very warm start today in places like Napier, not much like about 17 degrees Celsius. And as we head through this week, those high temperatures are pretty much going to be a real key feature of the weather as well. Plenty of clear sky down across the Southland thanks to this area of high pressure. As we head through the rest of Monday, we've got these fronts up across the northern parts of the country, bringing some showers still with us, one or two heavier ones around the likes of Gisborne. But you can see this high pressure builds quite nicely across the country during Tuesday to keep many spots dry. There are a few showers across those northern parts, and we have got that next area of wet weather down south. But for many of us on Tuesday, it's a dry looking story and a pretty warm one as well. Not as high as we've been seeing in the last few days, but we have got those temperatures set to pick back up again as we head in towards Wednesday and Thursday. So here we are for Tuesday's maximum temperatures into the 20s for many spots. I think again down to around about 24, 25 degrees Celsius up across those northern parts of the country. In towards Wednesday, high pressure sticks with us, and I think again plenty of dry weather across the Northland and the top of the south. A few showers inland in those areas of isolated showers there, but I think most of the time it's just more cloud bubbling and building up through the afternoon. Down south, we have got that next area of wet weather pushing in towards Fiordland and some strengthening winds around the likes of Foveaux Strait, but still plenty of dry weather across that eastern side of the Southland. And a very warm day, even a hot day for places like Christchurch and Canterbury, back up to 28, 29, even 30 degrees Celsius around those eastern parts. But even up towards those places like Hamilton, we'll find our temperatures climbing into the 20s and that plenty of clear sky over us and that warm air. Now it's worth saying it's not just the maximum temperatures that'll stay high, our minimums are also on the warm side as well. Look at these nighttime temperatures for places like Northland and Auckland, 16, 17 degrees Celsius, 18 or so on that eastern coast. A very warm, very muggy night as well. Even down south, we've got some incredibly high temperatures there for our nighttime lows into the early hours of the morning on Thursday. So look at that, 16 degrees Celsius down in some of those more central parts of Otago, an incredibly warm night there. As we head in towards Thursday, we'll find a bit more cloud around those western coasts and a touch more cloud making its way northward. But again, for the North Island, there's plenty of dry weather. A little bit more in the way of showery activity across those more inland parts of Canterbury, but down towards the plains, I think a touch more cloud, but most of the time it's staying dry. Another hot day, I think, for Thursday. Temperatures, places like Alexandra, 31. 32 degrees Celsius. It's going to be a warm day down through there. So I think those temperatures, at least through Wednesday, Thursday, definitely a real key feature of the weather across many parts of New Zealand. As we head in towards Friday, we'll start to find some slightly cooler air making its way up towards places like Dunedin, bringing that temperature back down. I think we're going to find a bit of a drop in our temperatures through there and some wetter weather moving northwards. A touch more of those afternoon showers just forming about the higher parts of the North Island on Friday. But again, there's plenty of dry weather through this week. If we look at how the rainfall builds up in these accumulation charts, you can see there's not huge totals across any island. Even as we head through towards Thursday, we start to see that next front just pushing on towards the far south and the west there, and we have got some showers. But you can see you're mainly looking at those inland areas of the North Island for those showers, and perhaps a few over the top of that central spine of the South Island as well. Not huge amounts either as we go through this week. So really we're looking at things being pretty dry with that high pressure dominating the weather as we go through the week. The rainfall total is pretty low on both islands. There are going to be some showers around, and we are going to find that wet weather on towards the western coast of Fiordland, but generally fairly low rainfall totals. Temperature-wise, though, really picking up, especially down that eastern coast for Wednesday and Thursday. And with that in mind, some of these temperatures will be on the high side as well, so we may well find some heat alerts as we head through this week as well. Well worth keeping an eye on that Met Service website. As we go through in towards the rest of the weekend, high pressure slides away. These are purple colours showing that higher pressure out towards the east. It still lingers across the north, but as we head through towards Christmas Eve and eventually in towards Christmas Day itself, we'll find low pressure starts to slide across those more western sides. There's still time for things to change. We've still got a good week or so until we get in towards Christmas Day itself. But at the moment, it looks like the further west you are, the better chance of more cloud and perhaps some wetter weather, with some drier and warmer temperatures out towards those more eastern parts of New Zealand. As always, you can find the latest forecasts and all the updates at metservice.com.